What's up, everybody? I'm not having any success setting this up right now. I'm gonna burp. Excuse me. Not been having. Oh man, I've been having the greatest few. Well, today, I don't feel so great. Mentally, just pretty depressed, I think, more than anything. Yeah, just feeling bad about myself and unaccomplished and insignificant, I'd say. The fact that I don't have this burning zest and desire for life, and I'm not like dad of the year or husband of the year, it just makes me feel like shitty about myself, and like further exacerbates my self-esteem. I have a cavity that I haven't taken care of yet, but my solution is just to try to stop eating sugar and like that, and brush my teeth more and floss, which is a terrible way to handle it, especially since we have modern technology and dentistry and medicine and whatnot. I'm gonna be 42. Nope, not gonna be 42. I'm gonna be 41 next month. And I work with my dad and my brother. My brother owns the company, and my dad's the business manager. And I am just kind of paycheck to paycheck in all reality. And my windshield is cracked. I need a new timing belt, probably new spark plugs. And I got 3 daughters and a wife. And I coach volleyball, but none of that's seeming to really excite me lately. I think if I could get one of my kids into sports a little bit more, but then I feel like I'm just doing it for me and not for them, and I'm gonna beat myself up mentally, like I don't take my kids out enough to do enough like stuff with them. I never really noticed, I guess, how like low of self-esteem I had until I had kids, until I started comparing myself to other parents. Yeah, I need to preferably not do that so much. And there's been days the last few weeks where it felt pretty good. Probably the days that I woke up early and I ran, and I was only able to pull that together for about a week, because about 3 weeks ago, where I went Monday through Friday and a Saturday at 4, 5 in the morning. But obviously that wasn't very sustainable. And I'm trying to crack 1,500 miles for the year, which would be my most since I started running seriously back in 2020 when we got all that time. But even that lately has proven to be a little more difficult than I had anticipated. As I started to grind more at work, which means what, to make a few extra $100 for expenses, and then I remember I've still got 24 more years on my house payment. And that's just a little overwhelming, I'd say. And I wasn't feeling like great physically. Like I felt pretty shitty for almost a month. Now I'm starting to think about my own health, and just so I can be around to see what my kids do, to help them fulfill the things they want to do. Yeah, it's so easy to think about everything that's difficult and frustrating and like holding you back, and that's a financial problem, financial stressor, because I don't make a ton of money. Like I said, I work paycheck to paycheck, and the few bucks I make from coaching, it helps pay for insurance here or there, but not life-changing. Yeah, so I'm just unsure some days of like what it, like my daughter's 9.5. I've got to have her in a situation where she's ready to like be out on her own in 8.5 years. Seems like a long time when you say it like that. It's hard for me to think about that when I don't even feel like I've got it all figured out. It must have to do with the fact that I never like put a premium on figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. And I'm envious of people that seem to be so certain about what they want to do. And maybe I should have just tried a bunch of different things and failed at a bunch of different things, and maybe that would have been enough. But I don't feel like I've failed at enough things or tried enough. And now there's a nut that I have to hit every month, and the thought of having to change and do something different to make that nut is overwhelming. And at the end of the day, I struggle to work hard. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I mentally I think I tried to put up a wall against, like, putting in the hours or whatever. Just the fact in the last 6 months or maybe year that I've had the ability to work from home, that's been like a step in the right direction. But I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. I know what triggered my mood was yesterday, having one of my old coaches borrow my keys and have him and some of my other former players, and his former players too, go and use the gym. And I was thinking to myself why they did not ask me. And then, it makes sense. His son is friends with them, and he was their coach too, and he's got a son that's in his second year in college, and they know my situation too, but also I just don't I'm bad at keeping touch with other human beings. And is it even gonna matter on my deathbed if no one's there except my kids and my wife? Or at my funeral, if I have one, does it even matter that no one comes? And I guess when you say that out loud, you probably won't know because you'll be dead. I don't know what this obsession is of wanting to be known or remembered. Because I think I've discussed it before. I don't think I would, or I came to the conclusion, I don't think I would do well with fame. I think all I see, the only positives I see from it is your ego gets stoked and you probably make money, but I think that's why I was flirting with all this YouTube stuff, and I think that's a lot of people in this day and age, but I don't. Yeah. Just, I'm not interesting enough, and I've not gone through enough adversity in my life to be anything, I guess. It's pretty sad to say out loud, but I kind of feel that way sometimes. And as much complaining and bitching and moaning as I do, I can just think about how fortunate I am. That makes me feel even worse about being complaining. So how do you I guess the real, it's kind of beautiful over there. Look at that. I guess the real question is, how do you be okay with yourself for your whole life when you've got to be with yourself all the time? And I've had some good days and some bad days, but I just don't think stuffing it down by drinking is the this is a healthy option anymore. A lot of it's just been utilized so I don't have to think about all this insecurity in my head as of late. And running definitely has been helping. But it's not putting any dollars in my wallet. And I got the season coming up, and I'm gotta do tryouts here in, probably 3 weeks or a month. I don't even have them finalized, and I've just kind of hit a lull right now, and I also know that I'll take care of it and it'll be okay, but that doesn't really sound too promising of a program leader if nothing's even set up yet. I've got some open gyms scheduled for this break, and one is tonight, but honestly, not really looking forward to it too much. It's kind of sad. Like, where's the passion and enthusiasm if it's not coming from the guy at the top, which is me. I think it comes from just the realization that I have to get back to like work and grinding, and I'm just not a hard worker at heart. Or I'm just scared to lead and say what I think we should do, what we should be focusing on getting better at. Because I always feel like I'm the least qualified or experienced coach in the gym. And I've coached with a lot of people younger than me too. And then I'll start thinking about how it doesn't really matter, that no one in this small pocket of the universe in California really cares what I am going through with my small little program. Even though I, have a little bit of pride that I'm from the same area that national championship coach might be, possibly. Dan Fisher's made it to the semifinals again, and it feels like this year he's going to win with Pittsburgh, but he's a guy that went to Dos Pueblos and a guy that is from Goleta, and so am I. But nobody really knows who I am. I don't go out of my way to make any connections either. Sometimes I wish I would, but then again, I'd have another extremely talented coach in my gym that I don't feel I even measure up to in the slightest, and that would just be hard for my ego. But saying that makes me realize that it's not really what's good for me, it's what's good for the players in the program, and it's what's good for my kids. That all the stuff that I'm doing, it should be viewed through the lens of I'm doing this for other people. And one of my best friends when I was living down in San Diego, John the Phenom, always said, he said one time, and I remembered it, that he works to spend money on other people And for a Neanderthal like me, that made so much sense. That he wasn't making all this money so he could spend it on food for him or clothes or whatnot, but it was for other people that get stuff when they come over. I'm spending money to pay rent at this apartment so that my friends and family can come over and have a place to enjoy. And yeah, I never forgot that. And I let all those relationships in San Diego die just because I never go down there or reach back out. And I just feel so like I don't want to be a waste of everyone's time. And yeah, there's the gang right there. Well, I gotta go. I'm sorry if this was a downer for everybody. Um, but to be honest, I think we all just have days where we're depressed and we don't feel great, but hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better, I think.